Null points. Let us discuss something about null points. After that, I have to tell you a few more things here. Let me write those down. One is null points, one is G variation with height, depth, and omega. These things I have to discuss. And superimposition principles. Superimposition. This thing I have to discuss. So we can start with first null points. Should I keep in this way or this way? What do you want?
This way, sir.
Is better.
This way is better. Okay,
Yes,
right. Null points. The points where the net field is 0. Points where net field is 0 will be called as null point. Starting with simple examples, I will take point masses. And along this line where the null point will lie, we have to find out.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. E is equal to 0. M1, M2. Null points are the points where E is equal to or gravitational field is 0. So where will be the null point lying? Where the field due to first mass and due to second mass will cancel each other. Let us say this is the point P. At this point, left hand side field will be equal to right hand side field. Good morning. Both fields will be equal, left hand, right hand side. Then we will say net field will become 0 because vector sum of
The distance between them, sir.
Total distance is
The
given
draw
to you
equals,
and you have to
yes.
find. Now you can apply the formula. Let what we want to find R1 and R2.
Gm1 by R1 square equal to Gm2 by R2 square.
Gm1 by R1 square is
That is
equal
equal
to
to
Gm2
by
by
R2 square.
R2 square. Because we want E to be 0. If E is 0, then vector sum of E1 and E2 vector sum will be 0. If vectorially it is 0, then magnitude wise this will be equal and opposite. E1 will be equal to E2 magnitude wise. This we are writing here. Okay. At point.
You can put R2
M1
equal to
by
R1 minus
M2.
R minus R.
Next, we can simply write it as add one both sides. Adding one both sides.
Yes, sir. Is equal to R by R1.
R1 by R2.
By R1.
Then we get
Sir, R1 by R2. Sir. Above root over M2 by M1 equals to.
Yes, sir. In the first step, it was R1 by R2. Then you can write here M1, sir. It's enough root over M1 last step.
this is R2, R2. Now we can write it down that
If you want,
R2 is equal to, or I will write R2 root M2 is equal to R by root of.
Similarly, that is equal to R1 by root M1 we can write.
We can write in this. We can write in this way. Then this is our result at last. We can write this, and from here we can get R1, R2 as well as R1 in terms of the total distance. We can obtain it. This is for 2 points. Next is diagram of electric field. Let us give some coordinates here. This I can keep at origin 0, 0. This I can keep at R, 0 in xy plane. Let us say it is xy plane only. Now I want to plot the graph. Electric field versus, gravitational field versus. One mass was here, another mass is here somewhere. And this is R, 0. This is 0, 0. This is X and this is Y. Can you tell me how to plot the graph? I think when R will be less, then field will become
More
large.
More.
This is not with Y, sorry. I don't want to plot with Y axis. Along Y, I want to give not coordinate, but I want to give field along Y.
But it depends on masses also now, sir.
Masses are given to us, no? M1 and M2. M1 and M2 are given. That's why for this only I want to plot the graph. It is passing through one point which is lying at a distance which we already know. R1. R1 is equal to root M1 upon into R. Right?
Yes, sir.
Then we already know where it is. And once we know this, let us R1, 0. Then the graph will be something like this. Lot of noise we are getting. Yes, no, not this, not this, not this.
Sir, is it like tan graph?
Something like that it is becoming here for the time being. Something like that it is becoming. But it will not be exactly like that. Reason is, field never becomes infinite. There it becomes infinite. But here, even if we are at the surface, let us say I say it is a radius r, then what will be field at the surface? The field at the surface will become Gm by
R.
It will not be infinite. It will still be finite only. So it will never be going. Or we can write in terms of density rho. If I write in terms of density rho, then formula is 4 by 3 pi r pi rho gr, I think. Pi r rho g. If I want to write in terms of density, that is also equal to Gm by r square. Just I'm writing in terms of density. So we know it is a finite quantity and it can never go beyond it. If r is given, r is nearly 0 here. R is tending to 0 or r is small. If r is small, then it cannot go very much far away because it is not becoming more. Even if, let us say I assume r to be some finite value, then it will be some finite value it will be attaining. Okay, but it cannot go up to infinity. So, but I can say that this graph is not appropriate. Beyond r it is appropriate. Beyond r it is appropriate. Then it decreases. But after when we go inside the material, if it is a, let us say, sphere, if it is sphere and if we go inside the material, then you already know what happens after that. As we go inside, it will be decreasing, no? And it will be becoming 0. So then it will be decreasing. It will be becoming 0. This will also be decreasing. I think I should have taken with bigger masses so that it becomes more clear rather than taking point masses. If I take bigger masses, then the graph will be more appropriate. Let us take bigger masses. One mass, second mass. And again, as usual, the graph we have to plot. This is our field axis. Along y, I will plot just field. Along x, I will plot only coordinate. and these are the two masses. Assume as like the last time only, m1, m2, etc. Those are the masses, and this is at a distance this diagram will be better because we should know what happens exactly. It is not like tan. That will be wrong thing to say. It is not like that, but it attains some maximum value, and then it decreases. And here also it attains some maximum value. Up to what it attains maximum value? Up to
R.
I will represent the by different color. Let me keep that color for plot, and this color I will just represent for the representing the points.
What is the
What is the
no color difference now?
one is graph, other is not graph. Other lines are also there. I will just want to plot with red color only, so that the graph is clearly seen that this is a graph. Remaining are just lines, but not representing the graph between E versus X. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Just for that purpose only. So now from here, at somewhere it will be 0 also, and then it will be decreasing up to that, and then it will be re-increasing on the other side. Something like this. Here is the null point where it is cutting through the x-axis. There it is null point because here field is 0. Here field is 0. So this is M1, this is M2, whatever it is R1, and it is R2 radius. And then it attains some peak value up to the, and then it again decreases. This will be the graph. And after that, if I want to go beyond it, then beyond it, I think, wait a second, straight line is wrong here. Everything is okay, but straight line becomes wrong. Sorry. Straight line was straight line only as long as
one particle if it was.
Yes, if it is just one particle, but when it is
Then we can say straight line.
then there are two particles. Then this due to this also there will be some field,
Yes,
so
sir.
it will not be remain straight line anymore. It will be
It
changed.
also will be
not
some
remain.
curve, sir.
There will be some curve. Okay, one thing is clear that it will not be straight line, and another thing is clear that I need to make even bigger graph to further see the details inside. Now everything will be visual. What happens inside also I want to see. First of all, I want to plot separate graphs only, as if it is one is only existing. Only one is existing, other is not existing. And if it is towards the right, I will take positive. If it is towards the left, then I will take negative, or I can take magnitude wise. That is also possible. I can take magnitude wise. So this is for one at a time. One at a time. And then it decreases after that. Sorry. It decreases after. Right. And here, for the other one, if I plot, then it will be, because direction of this will be, okay, direction also I have taken wrong. Direction I have taken wrong. What should I do? I should change the direction. Because its direction will be negative, it will be towards it. So because of this M1 when I am taking, then it will be towards M1. If it's towards M1, then it is along negative x-axis. If it is along negative x-axis, then I should take care of that also. I should represent it along negative only. It is going down. Electric field is negative here. Negative means along minus I cap. Electric field is not along j cap. If it is along y-axis, does not mean field is along y-axis. We are plotting the field as a function of x. This is field as a function of x. Along x-axis, how it varies. Okay. So then it goes something like this here. And for the other one, I will have to first and then it will decrease on the other side. Like this. This will be the graph. This will go up to infinity, and then it will become very less and less, and it will nearly become 0. this is at the surface, electric field at the surface for one, electric field at the surface, sorry, gravitational field at the surface for one, and gravitational field at the surface for the other. We can call it as E2, and we can call it as E1 at the surface, E2 at the surface. These are the graphs for two cases. But if I want to take one case, then how many null points will be there? First of all, null points will be there when positive cancels negative. So if I take a line here, take a vertical line here, red color line I'm taking. This line I'm taking just to represent null point. Now, I think you imagine, you can see here that from here to here distance and from here to here distance is nearly equal.
Both positive and negative quantities are same.
So if both positive and negative quantities are same, then that will cancel because these are
It cancels.
then net this will come out to be null point. This is our null point 1. There will be other null points also. See here. Imagine any other null point that is inside it. Inside it also there is one null point, and inside it also there is another null point here. Like this also there will be. Again, one more thing I should have done that I have not done. I am taking graph only one side. Why don't I repeat it on the other side also? Other side also I have to make. So let me take it to other side.
One side and yes.
And from the other side also it will be finally decaying this way. This way. That is the complete graph now. Both sides are taken. Right? Now here let me clarify one more point here, that one mass I am representing by a different color. Just to make the point clear. And the graph for this I will be taking in a different color now. Its graph, let me take. This is for this one. This one is for this. And for the other one without color, that is the other one. This is graph for it, right? Now, how many null points will be there? One null point, as you know already, that will come out when inside also there will be another null point, and one more null point will come inside here when positive is equal to negative, and that is null point 3. There are 3 null points here. You can see how many null points are coming. 3 null points are coming. Okay. Always the graphs will not be like this. Sometimes the graph can be different also. For example, this curve which is coming from here, it may have gone up to this, and then it may go from here, it may decrease, and it may decrease in such a way so that the maximum possible value of this mass may also be, the maximum possible value may also be less than the value. Then these will not cancel. They will not cancel each other because the maximum peak of this is also less than this. Then will they be able to cancel? No. Then one null point will not exist in this case. That one null point will become less. You understand what I am saying? Means this graph could have gone by this way also. Now it depends on what is the strength of the field or how much larger the field was. It may have come up to very large distance here, and then it may have decreased, and it may have happened that this may have become less than this. Then how can they cancel? They cannot cancel each other. Can they cancel in such cases?
No, sir.
They cannot cancel. Then that is also possible. One case is also possible when they don't cancel. Means always these will not be the null points. These can be, but these will be wrong. There can be less also sometimes. But yes, for certain cases there can be 3 null points also possible. So these are the possible null points, and there can be less also sometimes. Depends on the case. Now, if I consider null points outside only, then only there will be 1 null point. I think other null points are getting inside. They are not outside. They are inside. Now, what will be the total graph anyway? Graph still not plotted. What will be the graph effectively? If I add these two, then I think at the null point I will make 0. At this null point I will make 0. In between it will become maximum. Where it will become maximum? In between left null point and middle null point, it will be becoming maximum downside. Where this is maximum. See, here it is maximum, but this much we have to subtract. So it will become maximum here. Our graph will pass from here because this part will subtract from here. So it will become this side. And here it will become 0. Here it will come this side, and then it will again go to 0, and then it will stay negative throughout after that. And in negative also it will attain peak, and then again it will start decreasing in peak. I'm not saying peak it will attain here, peak it will attain here actually, and this will start decreasing after that. Now in active both will add up, so they will that will attain more peak. Means it will be something like this way, then little less peak here, 0, and then more, and then this, and then this. And on the other side this way, and then little more peak here, and then this, and then this. Something like this in return, right or not? By adding these graphs. Okay. This you should be able to do.
Adding both the electric fields.
Means what is the idea? How I am doing it? I don't know what is the exact shape. I am not even worried about it, but I'm interested in knowing only about the null points. That will give us much idea we'll get from null points only. So based on the null points only, I will be plotting this. And based on these points here, where these are attaining peak, here, it will be passing through this point here, this point, and then let me join these smoothly by some curve this way. Next, this straight line will no more remain straight line. It will be different, and it will be going from here to the null point and to the other side peak somewhere here. And then it will start decreasing and like this. And here on the other side, it will be going through the null point to the other side peak. And then it will start decreasing here like this. Something like this it will be. This red colored graph will be there finally. That will be our graph. After adding both the graphs, this is the resultant graph. Understood now?
The left side one will come down the curve, sir.
What?
Negative will be cancelled. On the left side.
On the left side?
Starts decreasing now, sir.
This is same side. This is also same side. They are adding up. They are not cancelling each other. This also is in same direction. This also is in same direction. We can think in this way. When we are in this place, then due to both, the field is in same direction, and that direction is attractive field. Attractive field means it will be towards the mass. So both are positive fields only. So this will not cancel. This will add up.
It's slightly increased.
They will cancel in between the masses. Outside they will add up. When we are outside in the left hand side or in the right hand side, they will add up. In between they will cancel because in between their direction will be opposite. But outside their direction will be in the same direction. They will not be in opposite direction. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
We may ask some other type of question also if you want. That there's a line here. I will draw a line, not x-axis. This time it was x-axis. I may ask you this way also. There's some other line. Along this line, how the field varies. Plot the graph of field, approximate graph of field, how field varies. Then in this case, I think you know the field will be changing in direction. No, not direction. Here I can find out only magnitude wise. Direction will not make sense here because the direction will be in different places. Okay, so direction I cannot say, but I can say just magnitude wise. The magnitude is continuously, I think, increasing up to the time when we are at the smallest distance from these, and after that it will again start decreasing. So it will be something like a bell-shaped curve, means it is increasing and then it is decreasing again. Something that it will be. That will be only magnitude-wise graph. But right now, upper graph is not only magnitude-wise; it is actually direction-wise also. Therefore, I'm changing the sign. I'm going from up to down. If somebody is not giving this graph, but they are giving you this graph from here, they are not bringing it down, but rather than bringing it down, they are making it go up, and then they make it like this, and then this way, and then this way. I will not consider that as wrong, but it means the person is asking magnitude-wise graph. The magnitude-wise, this graph will be correct. It will go down, and although it is going negative, but I'm not allowed to make negative because I want magnitude. Then it is going up again.
It will come up.
It will be going up again. If I take only magnitude, then it will be something. It will appear very much different to you. See, it appears very much different. But see, you can be careful, and sometimes the graph can be representing that also will be correct. If in the question it is mentioned magnitude-wise, if they have not mentioned magnitude-wise, they forgot to mention magnitude-wise, but the graph is given in such a way that no part of it is negative, then also we can understand that person probably means magnitude-wise. Okay. Now, tell me how to find out null point for three masses. Okay, one more thing. Is the null point same as the center of mass? No, center of mass is different. Remember it. It has different ratio here. Center of mass will not be like this. Center of mass will be M1 R1 equal to M2 R2. But here we are getting root M1 into R2 is equal to root M2 into R1. So it is much different from the center of mass. Okay. Null point is not same as center of mass. If I have 3 point masses, 1 point mass is if I have 3 point masses here, how many null points will be there in this case, or how many can be there? How many null points? I think we know that at this point, the fields may cancel each other. That may happen or not in a
Yes, sir.
triangle.
Yes, sir.
If I take M1, M2 and M3, then the fields in the middle may cancel in somewhere. Where these will cancel, that is a different story. It will be difficult to find out. But somewhere there will be some point where this will cancel. Where this will cancel is not easy, I think so. That will be slightly tough. But then also we can tell, even if they are cancelling somewhere in between, can they cancel in any other location also, or only in this place? Okay, forget M1. Let us say M1 does not exist. If M1 does not exist, then they could have cancelled somewhere else also. Here they may have cancelled.
Yes, sir.
Because there may be
Between M2 and M3.
Between this and this and these two, they may have cancelled. But now M1 is existing, and M1 is exerting which kind of field? It will be applying field towards its side. So will it be null point now? Because of 3 masses, this null point will no more remain as null point. That will not remain as null point. But if it is not null point and here field is in this direction, okay, and here field is 0, here field is in this direction and here field is 0, in between there may be some point. In between there may be some point where field due to these two, which is in this direction, and field due to this, which is in this direction,
Equal.
that may, these may cancel each other. Now you may think like this. You may think that that is happening only in this place and there will be one such place only. You may think there may be just one such place only, but there will not be any other place. So I think I should make this point more clear by some other example. First of all, you answer this one. Then I will be telling you that this is mass M and the other one side is also mass M and M each. And from the distance between these is R and R, that is 2R distance between these. And at this point, you want to find out the field. What is the field here at this point where it is making an angle theta? Can you find the field here? GM by R, sorry,
GM by R,
small r.
GM by R square cos theta will come.
2GM by
R
R
cos theta.
cos theta.
Yes, sir.
Now I want you to plot the graph. Plot the graph of field with x-axis. Plot the graph of field along x-axis.
Theta decreases now, sir, if we are going along cos 2x.
If we are going along,
Cos 2x theta decreases. So cos theta increases.
theta decreases. So cos theta is cos 90. First is cos 90. Then it is becoming theta is decreasing. So as theta decreases, cos
Theta
increases.
increases. So we are going
So what
far. It
happens
will
then?
be more.
Right. So what happens then? As we are going from center to away, as we are going, then what graph shape I want actually? This is null point.
At the center it is 0, sir. Yes, sir. Null point, that is.
And if we are going towards right side, the field will be attractive, so it will be negative field. Towards right side, it will be negative field. And it will be attaining some maximum in between. Where it is attaining maximum, that is a question which you have to answer. And this side, it is becoming maximum again. And this kind of graph it will be. Where is it attaining maximum and what is that maximum value? That is the question which you can answer by differentiating. But when we want to differentiate, our differentiation should be in terms of one variable only, preferably. Then it will be easier to differentiate. So I will write everything in terms of 2GM into, can I write
R
in
we
terms of
can
X?
write in terms of capital R.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
X, no, wait a second. I think I want easier differentiation comparatively. Easier will be if I write small r in terms of capital R.
Capital
And that
R,
small
yes,
r
sir.
will become, that will become capital R square into cosecant. Then it will be cos theta and it will become cosecant, means it will become sin square theta in the numerator.
Theta.
Okay.
Sir.
Now it is now also there are all the product rule still is applicable, but still it is easier. I will write dE by d theta equal to 0 for E to be maximum. For E maximum, dE by d theta will be 0, which will become 2GM by R square into derivative
We
of this.
will take it out, sir. Remain cos theta sin
First-
square theta later.
First, we take a derivative of cos theta. That
Sin
will become
2 theta
minus sin
into-
theta
Yes, sin square
Plus-
theta into sin theta.
plus 2 sin theta cos
D theta
theta.
cos theta, sir.
That is equal to 0.
Then we get
Tan square theta is equal to 2. Tan theta
square
is equal
theta
to 2.
2, sir.
Tan theta is root 2.
Yes, sir.
If tan theta is root 2, then we can get what distance will be from here. X, let us say it is x. I know r by x is equal to root 2. So x is equal to r by root 2. So at a distance,
R by root 2, it is more.
r by root
Maximum.
2, it will be maximum. It will be maximum, right? This we should know first. Now we will bring another mass into picture, and let us see what happens when we bring another mass into picture. Let us make the same diagram again, but this time I will make another mass also there. These two masses are there, one m, another m, and in between there's a line. Wait a second. In between there's a line here like this, and I am bringing another mass somewhere, maybe here. Okay. Now,
Then you can say R by root 2, it will become null point. Sir.
r by
For now.
now m, and this is also m, let us say. Now, what will be field due to, let us say these are having radii a each, then field at the surface will become gm by a square. If each is having radius a, r I am keeping for this distance, and I cannot take r as that, then a is the radius, let us say. Gm by a square will be field at the surface. And okay, after that, here it is 0. And
So there it will
Then-
be due to M now, sir. Third mass.
third mass I will keep, let us say, here only. Better to keep here only. Then due to third mass, the field will become something, it will be which side first of all? It will be attractive, this side, positive. Means it will be like this here.
Sir, in
And it will
positive
be-
direction.
And if it is a mass from which the field will be going in this way, upside it will be going, and then it will be decreasing. And then it will be becoming like this. Other side it will be becoming like this. Then positive can meet negative here, positive can meet negative here, positive can meet negative here. As usual, how many null points we are having? 3 null points along this line. Along this line, how many null points we are getting?
Sir.
3 null points,
Yes, sir.
right? So if we are getting 3 null points along this line, similarly, I can take another line and I can get 3 null points there, and I can get 3 null points along any other line also. Means I have multiple possibilities of getting null points. Not only along one line, if it is 3, there are 3 null points, then along the other lines also there will be 3 null points. And one null point will be common to this. One null point will be one null
Symmetrical enough,
point.
sir.
Huh?
Will be symmetrical enough, sir. If due to mass first one and second one.
Graph will be symmetric only.
Sir, you down
So
graph
one-
no sir upward.
What?
Upside you down graph no sir. Again placing the third mass.
Uh-huh.
That once explains that one. How
That
it
graph we
can-
have already drawn here. That is the graph. This is the graph only. For single point mass, you should know how the graph will be. For single mass, not point mass, it should be single sphere. It like a sphere. Take it like a sphere.
Okay.
Inside the mass, it will be always 0 or not. We are going inside the mass also. If you want to make the
Yes,
complete
sir.
graph, then I have to pass through a point inside the mass. And if I go inside the mass, then there it will become 0 also, no, in between.
Yes sir.
Okay. Like that only.
Okay,
And
sir.
now this graph is not exactly right. Means it should be somewhere. Means you attend where it is attaining peak. It is attaining peak at the circumference, at the surface.
Okay.
It is attaining peak
Surface
at
of
the
the
surface.
body.
After,
Yes sir.
okay. So there is possibility of obtaining one null point here, one here, and one here. 3 null points are obtainable along which line? Along the line joining one mass and passing through the center of other two masses. There is possibility of obtaining 3 null points. Same way I can do with other masses also. If I take mass and take this null point here, and
Then final points you get, sir.
then how many?
Points. One is combined same for mass.
1.
One is same
Two.
for the both lines. Sir.
Yes, 1 is common, but 3 for separate individual each. 4.
And here
Okay.
last to 5, sir. Total. What I was saying.
Then how many we are getting? 6 we are getting, or what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 here, 1 here, 1 inside the mass also can be there. If I take inside the mass also possible, then it will become I think then it will be 6. If I exclude inside the masses, outside null points will be how many? Outside the null points will be outside there will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 null points, I think.
So here also will be, I would say.
What?
That means right side, sir. After the 2 null points.
Which null points? After this?
After the 2 and after this 2. Total is 4. After also, in between there could be a null point also.
Here.
Sir.
Here. No, here how it will be? Here it will not be. How will it be here? This is one null point here.
Yes, sir.
This is one null point here. One is here. And this one which is here, that is inside the mass only. That is within the mass. That is within the mass itself. That we are neglecting within the mass. Outside the mass, it will not be possible. It will be there, yes, I agree. One here, and one is within the mass. But that within the mass part I am neglecting now. I am taking outside the masses. How many will be there? Outside the mass, 1, 2, 3, 4. Outside the mass, there will be 4 null points. Right or not? Okay. I agree, although I agree with this, that inside the mass also there will be null point, but that we are neglecting. I am taking null points only outside the masses.
Sir,
Yes.
according to graph, we got 3 null points now, sir.
That's what I am saying. 3, we got what? 1, 2, third is neglected because it is in the mass. Outside the mass, how many are there?
Outside 2 are there, sir.
So 2 only.
Then what are those? Your 1, 2 more.
Other way, this is along one line. This is along one line. Similarly, I can start discussing with these 2 masses and then make another line here.
Okay, sir.
Along this line also, and then I can start discussing with these 2 masses and we can make another line here. Same thing will happen, no, for these also.
Yes, sir.
Sir, correct.
Correct only. Okay. Right. Now, next we have what else I promised yesterday. Wait a second. This one I said null points I will discuss. And I was saying that I will be discussing. Okay, this also we can discuss this null for this ring and mass. If I have a ring and mass, then what will be the null points for that? That I can discuss. Ring and mass.
Sir.
These 2 point masses also are like ring only because the formula for the 2 point masses was same as that of a ring. You remember ring formula was also same as that of these 2 point masses. Let us write again for the ring. What is the formula for the ring? As you know already, G, if this oblique distance is R, then G M by R square cos theta. So it is same as that for the 2 point masses. It is same thing. That is the formula for field. Actually, I can write it in this way also, Gm by R cube into RCM. That is different thing. If I want to write in vector form, I can do that way also. This is origin and R vector will be pointing towards the ring, towards the center mass of the ring. That way also we can do. But otherwise, we know this is the formula. And if somebody wants to plot the graph of E versus R graph for this, then that will be plotted in the same way, the way I plotted before. Something like this, this way, this way going down. Oh. Something like this. This is minus R by root 2 and this one is plus R by root 2. There it will become maximum. And what is the maximum value? You can find out by putting in this formula again. We can find out what is the maximum value. It is R. This is R by root 2. We can find out R will become R square plus R square by 2. That will become R root 3 by root of 3 by 2 into R. That will become. So then I think we can find out, and I'm not finding it out. You can find out what is the maximum value of E. This is how the graph will be for single ring. Now in single ring, in its vicinity, if I bring another mass, then how many null points will come again? Now, if I allow the mass to be having null point inside also, then there will be 3 null points again. But if I don't allow the inside one, then I think there will be how many? Let us check how many will be there. If I have a mass here, this graph will be like this for this. So one can become here, one can become here where these are meeting. And means if I apply, if I put magnitude wise graph, if I say magnitude wise graph only, if I don't worry about the sign, then I know, or if I consider with sign, okay, then from here the graph will become towards the positive side. Positive side means then it will be like this. This kind of graph will be there. It will go up and then it will come up to the some value. It will come maximum and then it will start coming down and then you can find it out. How many will be there? So it can cut. It can meet here. Positive negative may become 0. Here positive
Yes,
negative
sir, there
may
one,
become 0. These will become, so there will be there may be 3. There may be, I'm saying will be 3 is not right, because that
So
will
because
depend on
graph
the
is not appropriate.
The graph is not appropriate. Sometimes these may not be equal and opposite, but I can put, sometimes depends on the placement. If I place it already at the center, let us say for example, and how many null points will be there? I think 0, 1 null point only at the center only. If I bring the mass, then there will be 1 only at the center. So it depends how we are placing it, and accordingly sometimes we may have 1 or we may have 2 or we may have 3 null points also, depending upon the placement. Okay, but third null point will be within the mass. If I neglect that third one, which is within the mass, and if I want to consider only the ones which are outside, then different scenario. Within the mass, I think there may be some complicated case. I suspect that within the mass, I don't know what will happen in the ring also. Maybe some null points end up coming in the ring also. In that we have to be careful. So within the mass, we are not saying here, we are considering outside the masses. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, other question was of superimposition. And no, first, before superimposition, let us consider the cases of acceleration due to gravity and the difference between acceleration due to gravity and the gravitational field. One minor difference. Nearly same, one minor difference is there that I will tell you. Okay. If I have a ball of mass m near the surface of Earth, what will be its acceleration? The force is equal to G capital M small m by
GM by R. Yes, sir. GM by R.
So there will be,
GM by R
let us
square, sir.
better to consider M1 and M2. M1, M2 mass of Earth. M2 is much larger, but if I assume these are not Earth, this is some small mass only, then I can take GM1 M2 by R square. R is the distance between these two. Let us say one person is here and he wants to observe this. And M2 and M1 is not negligible as compared to M2, and he wants to find out the acceleration of this. What acceleration he will be getting? He will be getting acceleration as, with respect to this observer, the person who is sitting on the Earth, for him the acceleration will not come out to be what you are thinking. It will be different. Why? Because F upon M1 will be just A1, but F upon M2, this will also accelerate. That will be A2. Then acceleration of the observer, acceleration with respect to observer will be
Acceleration
A1.
will be, sir.
That will become A1 plus
A1 plus
so that
A2,
will become G M1 by R square plus G
GM2 by R square.
M2 by R square. So that is G into M1 plus M2 divided by R square. Right?
That's understood.
That it will be. So relative acceleration will be this. This is A relative. But what is the field? If I ask you what is the field due to this mass at a distance r, then answer will always remain same.
GM2 by R square.
G into M2 by R square. Is it equal to A? It is not equal to A this time. This time it is, because A is relative. A depends on the frame. But this will be that only. Now let us say some observer is here, and he is observing the field, and his field will be equal for all the observers. That will be same.
No,
But he is observing acceleration.
Same, sir.
Huh?
Same.
What will be same?
Can have same acceleration as gravitational field.
I'm not understanding. Are you asking or are you telling me? What are you saying? You are saying that acceleration will be.
Tell me the question first, sir.
equal to E.
I don't know what you are telling, because I have not even asked any question. Let me finish first.
Tell the questions.
Question is this, that this is the observer here, and he is observing that field will be observed same by all, but he's observing that his acceleration of this m1 he's calculating, and that acceleration he finds exactly equal to that gm2 by r square. Then
M1 might be negligible.
we can say this observer is definitely having zero acceleration. Then only he will be finding the acceleration same as the field in that case. This observer should be in inertial frame of reference. He should not be accelerating. He must be at rest, and then, or he must be moving with constant velocity. Then only he can say from the inertial frame, if I observe from the inertial frame, then acceleration of one body which we are observing, that will be also equal to the field acting on that body due to the other bodies. So acceleration of one body will be equal to field due to the all other bodies at this place. That will be also equal to acceleration of this, provided we are finding acceleration from inertial frame of reference. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are finding
acceleration will be
acceleration.
acceleration of that body only, sir.
Yes, because in that case, relative acceleration will just become equal to the acceleration of
Acceleration of the
that
body.
Yes. Or Earth is not actually inertial frame, but we can assume Earth to be inertial frame because of this reason, that in case of Earth, if I want to find out acceleration of Earth, what will that come out to be? Let us try to find it out. G into m1 by r square. This is acceleration of Earth, I think. So gm1 by r square will be acceleration of Earth.
So,
Why? Because F upon m2.
field due to M1 only, sir.
This is acceleration of Earth. So acceleration of Earth will come out to be very less because m1 is small, but distance is 6400 kilometers. This is nearly from up to the center of Earth. Distance is 6400 kilometers, and mass, let us say I am taking 10 kg mass also here. Then g into 10 upon 6400 square. This acceleration is so less. This acceleration will be so less of the Earth that we can assume it to be nearly inertial frame of reference. So in this case, the field will be nearly equal to acceleration, but
You
not
can see
exactly equal.
here also. M1 we got as M1 plus M2 by R square, no, sir.
In that also
M1
we
is,
can say.
yes, sir. M1 is almost
Yeah.
negligible with respect to M2.
Yes, m1 is negligible as compared to m2, so it will be just like gm2 upon r square only nearly.
Yes, sir.
Correct. That way also we can say. So I hope you understood the difference between field and acceleration. So as long as this m2 is really much larger than m1, then we have really no difference, practical difference. Practically both things are for us equal only. So if they are asking what is the field due to Earth or what is the acceleration due to Earth, for us doesn't matter. For Earth, both of these things will be same because Earth is really very heavy as compared to the objects which are falling onto the Earth. But when we are comparing Earth with the Moon, and then we are trying to relate the accelerations, then I cannot neglect the mass of Moon as compared to Earth. Then it is a different scenario. But if we are talking about the objects on the Earth, then that is negligible. Then field due to Earth and acceleration due to gravity of Earth will be same. So because acceleration due to gravity is same, acceleration as the field, acceleration due to gravity is nearly same as the field. So I will assume it to be same for all practical purposes. Acceleration due to gravity. Now I want to find out how it varies. Acceleration due to gravity, how it varies. This I will represent by G, or as you know that it is nearly equal to E, I will represent it by E also. This is a standard question they give in NCERT and in other places also in books, that how it varies with height, how it varies with depth, and how it varies with omega. So let us say I am digging a tunnel inside and I am going at a depth D, and which kind of Earth we are assuming here? Our Earth is non-rotating. Our Earth is non-rotating, stationary Earth. Non-rotating stationary Earth. And without any other planet nearby, no other sun nearby, when we are discussing this thing here, we are assuming that there is no other influence, no other gravitational influence, only influence is due to Earth. And that also is not rotating. Because if it rotates, then there will be centrifugal forces, etc. We have to take into account. For the time being, forget rotation. What we want to find? We want to find how G varies as a function of H. So G as a function of H will be found this way. I can write G is equal to G capital M is the mass of Earth, upon R plus H square,
Yes,
as we know already, because it is equal to E, same formula. It is equal to E. E outside formula not applying.
Electric field.
What is same formula as for the gravitational field. So G into M upon R plus H square I can write as, I will prefer to write it in this way, and I will give you a reason why we do that. 1 plus H by R square.
Sir, H by R is negligible, sir.
This is no. Wait a second. Wait a second, please have patience a little bit. Gs. G at the surface, we know. We don't know what is the acceleration due to gravity in other places. At a height 100 kilometers, I don't know. But I know at the surface it is nearly 9.8. I don't know the mass of Earth. And some of you may not remember sometimes G value also. You may remember or you may not remember. But mass of Earth, nobody remembers. In fact, I don't remember. I don't remember at least. So I expect, and even if I remember, I will not waste time in calculating G and multiply by M. I may end up committing mistake. And also dividing by r square. So I will not find it out. I directly know that it is same as G at the surface, and G at the surface is 9.8 meter per second square, or I can write it as force per unit mass. Its unit, if I write it as a field, then I don't call it as meter per second square. Then I should say unit is Newton per kg. For the gravitational field, we don't call unit, we don't write unit as a meter per second square, but we write unit as Newton per kg, Newton per kg. For field, then I will write Newton per kg. Okay, although these are same, but just to tell that which thing we are talking about, to stress on that thing, we will be giving different units anyway. So what is G at the surface? G at the surface, or same as E at the surface, and into 1 plus h by r raised to power minus 2, that will be 1 minus 2 h by r. This is what you wanted to say, I think, that h is very less as compared to r. It does not mean I will take it 0. I will still consider its effect, because that is what I am here. I am here for finding how G varies with height. So if I completely remove height, then what is the use? Then it is, we will not get any result. So 9.8 into 1 minus 2 into height divided by r. R radius of Earth is approximately 6,400 kilometers. So using that, you can get the value of G at a height. If it is just 1 kilometer or something, then it is very less difference. This we will be discussing for maybe 100 kilometers height, or 1200 or 1600 kilometers height. For example, if I go 1600 kilometers above, no, that also will become wrong. Sorry. I was saying wrong. 1600 is so much large now. The 16 as compared to 6400, 1600 cannot be considered negligible. So this formula will become invalid. This is valid as long as h is very, very small as compared to r. So how small it should be? You assume maybe less than 1%, less than 10%, something very less.
Kilometer.
600 kilometers.
Yes, maybe a few hundred kilometers also will be small only. If you take few hundred kilometers, that also will be small, but not that much large, so that it becomes comparable. You know what some students will do here? Otherwise, they will do like this. I will say, what is the acceleration due to gravity at a height equal to radius of the Earth? And they will use this formula that, okay, we know this formula.
Completely wrong. Negative.
Not negative, which is wrong.
Yes, sir.
At r by 2 also, it is completely wrong. If I take r by 2, then it will be.
Yes, sir.
Does it mean at a height r by 2 there will be no gravitational field? No, gravitational field is there, but you are using wrong formula. Don't use this formula there. Use this formula only for small values. Don't use it for large values. For large values, use this formula here. This is not approximate formula. This is exact formula. This we can use for larger values also. There is nothing wrong in it. This is always valid. But this one is approximate. This one I should not use for larger values. This is approximate. It is approx. Okay. And this is exact. Understand the difference. Even if I have to use this one, then this one I can use maybe, because I know GS. I can use this. This is also exact. I can use this one. I know GS. Okay. Right. G at the surface, acceleration due to gravity at the surface, or E at the surface. What about at the depth? If I want to find at the depth, then I can write it as
the minus h whole square, sir.
Mass enclosed. Mass enclosed. First thing, don't commit mistake here. Don't take the total mass. Take mass enclosed up to this radius. So what should I write now? G into mass enclosed upon small r. This is small r distance upon small r square. That is the value of G. That small r will be equal to r minus d. That will become G into
by r minus d whole square.
At depth d. For which case? For solid uniform Earth. Solid or liquid doesn't matter, but uniform Earth, uniform density. Actually, uniform density assumption is very wrong. It is not of uniform density. But otherwise, we cannot get answer. So it is only for, we are discussing only for uniform density case. I will tell you how to discuss for other cases, but right now you assume uniform density. Then Gm by r square
minus d whole square.
mass enclosed. Mass enclosed I can write 4 by 3 pi r small r cube. 4 by 3 pi small r cube into rho into g by r square. That is, this is coming out to be 4 by 3 pi
So,
r rho g. We should be knowing it actually. I expect you to remember it. 4 by 3 pi rho into capital R g, that is at the surface, into small r by capital R. Or I can write it as g at the surface into small r by capital R, which is equal to g at the surface into r minus d by r, which is equal to g at the surface into 1 minus d by r.
this one we done in sphere
No.
also, no, sir. Same.
What?
We done it sphere also for same, no, sir. On the surface
For sphere
into
also
small
same?
r by capital R. Yes, sir. Inside the
So
sphere.
Earth is sphere only. That's why we are taking that.
Yes,
Earth
sir.
is sphere only. But Earth is only problem is we are assuming Earth to be uniform sphere, which is incorrect. Is it uniform sphere? No, it is not
No,
uniform
sir.
sphere.
Variable densities will.
So this is only under this assumption. But it is a common question and it is in many books. So usually they make this assumption to answer such questions, and sometimes they don't specify. But even without specifying, also on our own, we will be assuming this on our own only. But sometimes if they give some additional information, somebody is using it two things I think at the same time. I'm getting a lot of echo.
Yes, sir.
Please mute, or either you are using laptop and mobile both or something, or you mute one thing, or you just not in fact mute, disconnect the audio of one, then only we will be not hearing any echo. No, it is okay, I think so.
So, someone had muted.
Right. So G is equal to GS into 1 minus D by R. So it is valid only under given assumptions. Let us say I don't give you those assumptions also, and I say that density of Earth is varying, and it is varying in certain fashion. Maybe our Earth is made up of, as practically how Earth is made. It is made up of iron core, and surrounding iron core of few kilometers, there is some other material, different layer.
Mantle.
The mantle, something.
Core.
So let us say these material are there already, and now we want to discuss using this. We want to discuss that. Now again, one more assumption I'm making, that it will be rho 1, rho 2, and rho 3. And now we are at the surface, and I want to find out at the depth D, as long as we are in the outer region only, we are not entering into the second density region. We are in the outer region only, where the density is rho 3. Then how to answer such questions? Then again, find out the mass enclosed up to this part. Then I should give you A radius, B radius, C radius, and here we are B2R. Then B2R, what will be the mass? Let this total mass be M1, M2, and M3. Means follow the same procedure. Start from the basic. Take a Gaussian surface here.
By R square, but
Take the mass enclosed. After taking the mass enclosed, within that, mass enclosed in what? Mass enclosed in an imaginary sphere taken here with the same center, and up to that distance where we want to find out the gravitational field. Then follow the same procedure, but then formula will not be just this thing which we are getting, GS into 1 minus D by R. This formula in such
depends
case,
on rho 1, rho 2.
yes, it will depend on rho 1, rho 2. It will depend on ABC.
Yes,
It
sir.
will depend on ABC. It will depend on rho 1, rho 2. Okay. Right. This thing we know. One last thing is this. These above two things which we discussed, these we call as variation of G with depth. If you want to give heading of it, variation of G with depth. How it varies with depth? It varies linearly with depth. It is linearly varying. And how it varies with height? It does not vary linearly, but approximately it varies linearly for over smaller heights. When the heights are smaller, then it varies linearly. Which side it varies more? In the height, with height it varies more because it is minus 2h by r, but in depth it is just minus d by r, not minus 2 into h. Minus 2 times is not there. So in depth it is varying at a lesser rate, and with height it is varying faster. In the beginning, at least, not later on. In the beginning. In the beginning means when we are going away from the surface at that time.
Sir,
As we move large distance away, yes.
here about rocket and how it will move, you will get, sir.
Above.
At ejection
Rock-
velocity, escape velocity.
That is, I think, not there for this week. Is it there for this week only? Then I have to discuss all those things. I
Not
was not
this,
having that plan.
not this.
That is not. That is not.
Will it be covered in gravitation?
Yes, obviously, everything will be covered. I think it is for 3 weeks syllabus probably, or 2 weeks at least, but not for this week. It is, I think, 3 weeks only.
Satellite.
It will be 3 weeks.
Satellite.
1 week is for field, just field. Next week will be for potential and potential energy, and I think third week will be for this Kepler's laws probably. And there's all
It's
this.
the last.
Okay. So as of now, just field only.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. So I was about to discuss apparent variation now. Apparent is important in our third discussion. Above two discussion was real variation, not apparent. It is apparent variation now. Apparent variation in gravity, acceleration due to gravity, due to omega, due to rotation. Now it is not really varying, but it appears to be varying because it is just a pseudo force reacting there. Does it mean actual gravity will be varying? No, actually will not be varying. But apparently it will appear because the weight will appear to be little lesser. Apparently it is varying. This is equatorial plane. And from the equatorial plane, if we are at a angle of latitude theta, theta is called as angle of latitude angle. From equatorial plane, when we take equatorial plane, then it is called as angle of latitude. And if we go from the north-south pole and we start taking this, that is called as colatitude. What we call it as 90 minus theta will be colatitude. This is radius r, and it is rotating about the geographic axis with angular velocity omega. Then what will be the centrifugal force acting on it? I think we can find out. Centrifugal force will be equal to m into omega square
Into r cos theta.
r cos theta.
Yes, sir.
But I want normal. Apparent weight means apparent weight will be normal will be regarded as m into g dash. I want that. So what is the apparent weight now?
Force component.
Can we find it out?
Minus m omega square r cos theta.
What will it be? Actually, normal should not be regarded as apparent weight, I think. So I don't know. Okay, what is normal? For the time being, let us see normal only. What is normal here? Normal will be coming out to be equal to, again, multiply, take cos theta component of this, m omega square into small r. Again, I have to take its cos theta component, then it will become cos square theta. That will be equal to normal. And mg will also be there, sorry, mg will be this side. So what it will be finally? mg minus this. mg minus this will be normal. If I assume our block is kept on a frictionless horizontal surface here, it should be a frictionless surface, then normal will be equal to this. Otherwise, this thing which is m omega square r, this will also be balanced by m omega square r sin theta. That will also be balanced by some kind of force, which may be frictional force or some other force, and that may also be in some that may also be giving us some equivalent weight. Okay. And next. Then it will become m into g minus omega square r into cos square theta. Right or not? Hello.
Sir, audible, sir.
So it's, sir, it's
I
on the screen
stopped to
sharing
see
now.
that is it audible or not. Wait a second.
It is audible, sir.
It's audible, sir. Seeing what you're.
Okay, right. So this is the normal, and that will give us apparent weight. If I can equate it as with g dash, then it will become giving us m into g minus omega square cos square theta. Then g dash will come out to be g minus omega square r into cos square theta. Apparent gravity. apparent gravity varies with omega, and also varies with latitude angle of latitude. In equator, cos theta will become 1, apparent gravity will become g minus omega square r. In equator, that will be the apparent gravity. Other than that, apparent gravity also depends on the reason, due to the reason that Earth is not actually spherical,
Yes,
but it is slightly elliptical.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So radius at the equator is RE and radius at the pole is RP. RP is less than RE. RP is less than RE. As a result, the gravity at the pole will be slightly more than the gravity at the equator. Not only due to apparent, that will be real change also. Real change because of the distance. Not only the apparent change due to omega. That apparent change due to omega is other than that. That is extra. But other because without the apparent change also, there will be real change as well. And at the pole, the gravity will be slightly more stronger as compared to that at equator. Reason is
To less,
RP is
less than
RP is
RE.
less than RE. RP is less than RE. That is the reason. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is okay. And one thing that I would like to add here is this: they say apparent weight is this, but I don't agree with their statement that apparent weight will be, which I am writing here. But I think it is commonly they do like that only, because apparent weight can be calculated in different ways. I can imagine apparent weight to be calculated using tension T, not by some body which is kept on frictionless horizontal surface, not by that. By some tension T also I can calculate the apparent weight. And if I do that, then this effectively mg is acting towards the center, and m omega square r is acting this side, and resultant of these two will be in some other direction that will not be towards the center, and the spring the tension will be opposing that effectively, and I should call probably that as mg dash. So according to me, I can take m omega square into small r and resultant of mg, and which angle between them will be, I think here, if I take this theta, then this will become 90 minus theta, this will become 90 plus 90 minus theta, this will become pi minus theta. Wait a second. What is this angle? This is theta. This is theta. This is 90. This is 90 minus theta. 90 plus 90 minus theta will be pi minus theta. This will be pi minus theta. Then resultant of these two I can write this way also. G square plus omega square r square plus 2 into omega square r into g into cos of pi minus theta into cos of pi minus theta will be equal to g dash square. This also can give us apparent gravity. That will be better, I think so, if we do that way. So g can be written as now you do something, whatever we are getting. Cos pi minus theta will be minus cos theta. We are getting g square plus
omega square
r square.
Then it will become omega power 4, sir.
Cos raised to power 4 theta minus 2 into omega square r cos square theta into g. That is it, under the root. So there is a slight correction.
Is also power 4, sir. In the second step, omega power 4.
What?
Under root, sir. Under root, it should be omega power 4, no, sir.
Omega power 4 r square s. Okay.
Sir, that's.
We will get that only, sir.
Are we getting that only?
That only,
Yes,
sir.
This is square, no, sir. We can write in this square form. G minus omega square r cos theta whole square.
Exactly same we are getting.
So, yes, sir. Then we can write it here g minus omega square r cos square theta.
Sir, what is P denotes for, sir? P?
What is?
P denotes for P, P, R, P.
Pole.
Pole.
Equator. Radius at the pole.
Same
At the
only.
equator.
Sir, it is really Earth is in elliptical shape, sir.
Yes, slightly, very less
Slightly.
difference. Means it is like 6,400 kilometer in one place. Then it will be like nearly 17 kilometers difference. I think so, something like that. I don't know exactly, 17 to 30. I don't remember exactly. Something maybe 30 kilometer difference. But 30 is not much as compared to 6,400 kilometer. But at the same time, it is also not. It is not negligible. Means we can consider that also because we can measure that much height easily. So we can consider
Okay.
that effect also in the account. Okay. So fine, this is m omega square, this is m omega square r g, this is theta pi minus theta mg is, then we are getting same only, right? M omega square r is r cos theta only. But why we are getting same data? I'm not understanding.
Omega power 4 r square cos square theta. Sir?
Cos square theta, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are not getting same. We are not getting. That's why I was thinking, how can it be same? Because last time I did not get the. Last time I took only along the radial line. This time I'm taking the whole resultant, and these two things cannot be same. So there will be slight difference. So, but sometimes in books they give. In books, sometimes they give the this as the total apparent gravity, but I believe that this should be the actual value of apparent gravity, and this upper one can be taken only as approximate value of apparent gravity. This should be the real value of apparent gravity, but depends on the situation and the options given. We can go for this also if we don't find any such option there. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Next we have any other shapes which are remaining for which we did not find the field. Yesterday I was forgetting to take this shape rod for the rod
Square of
at a point P for the rod at this point.
Rectangular plate. Yes, sir.
R1
Considering
distance,
dm at a r1 r2.
dm at a distance r. Then we can
Yes.
write g into lambda
Yeah, very
into
barely
dr
only
by r
difference, sir.
integral that
Sir, from r1
r1
to
to
r2.
r2 g
Yes,
lambda
sir.
log of, not log, g lambda,
And then R square.
No.
then minus 1 by r1, then it will become r2
1 by
minus
r2
r1 upon
minus
r1 r2.
Yes, sir.
That is lambda into r2 minus r1. Lambda into r2 minus r1 will be a mass, because lambda is mass per length and r2 minus r1 is the length. So gm upon r1 r2, that is the force. That is not force, that is the field. It is field formula. Gm upon r1 r2. At this point P.
and you told triangular plates. Rectangular.
Triangular plates we can find out for the triangular plates also. Let us. Although main idea is you should know how to integrate. If you don't know how to integrate, then even if I take many cases, then also it will not be sufficient. Means some new case also can appear again. You should know how to integrate.
Yes, sir.
It is very important.
Yeah, elements. Sir.
Sector, sir.
Sir.
Sir. Sir.
Connection gone.
Hello.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
now
Audible,
it's
audible.
sir.
Okay. Right. Screen is not visible now. Screen. Wait, let me share screen also.
Visible.
Sir.
Let us say this is a triangle, and I want to find out the field at a point here. Field I cannot find here actually. Can I? No. Can I find basically G into the 4 pi r rho H? Or can we find let me try. Let us find out the field here. What is the formula for field due to some element? Let us take one element in between.
Not we can take.
Not such a thick element, thin element. This element I'm taking here. Due to this element, distances, etc., we have to assume something. First of all, what is the formula for the rod, which is making an angle alpha? What is the formula for net field? I
Where you are
think
finding, sir?
at the vertex.
And net field is 2g lambda by r into sine alpha by 2.
2g lambda by r is which distance? The perpendicular distance.
Yes, a perpendicular distance.
Let the perpendicular distance here be y. 2g lambda by y
sine alpha
into
by 2.
sine of
Sine
alpha
Alpha
by 2.
by 2.
Yes, sir.
That is the
Like
net field.
Yes, sir.
Right. That is the net field. So it will always lie, net field will always lie along the angle bisector. Whatever is the direction of angle bisector, net field will be in this direction only. So even if I keep on changing from rod to rod, it will come out in the angle bisector direction. And lambda will be same for all because I will take all the rods, I will take of equal width. If I take all of equal width, then their mass per unit length will come out to be same. What will that come out to be? Sigma is mass per unit area. Area will become width dy into length L. Then dm upon L can be written as lambda. Lambda upon dy will be equal to sigma. So lambda can be written as sigma into dy. Therefore, I can replace this by 2g upon y into sigma into dy into sine alpha by 2. That is a field. And I will have to integrate it now. Taking the limit, this is d. Integration will give us 2 constant g constant y sigma constant sine alpha by 2 into dy by limits from y1 to y2. Now I will have to, that's why I was saying that I think I cannot take completely at the vertex. I have to take
somewhere down also.
somewhat down. Reason is let's say
top will
at a
come.
distance y1 and this is at a distance y2 because log of 0 will not be defined, so it will come in terms of log. 2g sigma into sine alpha by 2 log of. Now it is y2 by y1. That is e. So we are getting it easily.
Sir, it's like
Getting it or not?
Trapezium.
Some part is remote, so trapezium.
How can it be like yes, it is trapezium only. It is
Yes,
trapezium,
sir, yes.
not frustum. It is trapezium. For the trapezium, we are getting.
First one is 3D diagram. Last time we had.
Frustum, what we got last time? Frustum, we got is.
It is from code we have found, sir.
Frustum was something else, but not this. Frustum will be, moreover, frustum will be in terms of density rho, and this thing we are getting in terms of.
Yes, sir, because that is 3D volume intake area.
2 pi g rho, 2 pi g rho, or g sigma rho, g omega rho. Here it is in terms of omega, g omega rho into y2 minus y1. And it is not log of y2 by y1, it is y2 minus y1. G omega rho into y2 minus y1, that was easiest. This is also not difficult. If you know integration, then it is easy only. This is coming out to be equal to 2g sigma into sine alpha by 2 into log of y2 upon y1. We can do this also, that is also not tough. Okay. Right. Next we have then we have these examples of superimposition, I can say. Let us say I'm not giving you lambda or sigma, etc. anything. I'm just giving you one disk, and I am saying due to one disk, here field is E. then what will be field due to quarter disk? One semicircular disk, it is E. What will be due to quarter disk? Whatever is due to quarter disk, let it be E due to quarter disk. Due to other also it is E due to quarter disk. Then resultant of
What
this
will
is
get
given to
will
us.
be, yes sir.
Resultant will be E by E cos 45 plus E cos 45. That will be the net disk. So I can say E cos 45 degrees into 2. 2 E cos 45 will be equal to E naught. So E is coming out to be E naught by
Root 2.
Yes sir.
So if E naught is given, we can get E naught by root 2 will be for this part. And this is valid for this analysis is valid for other shapes also. Not this, it is valid for semicircular ring. It is valid for semicircular ring. It is if it is uniform semicircular ring, and for each part it is given, then we can find for the quarter ring also. We can find out for the quarter ring also. Okay.
Okay.
Although for the quarter ring, I told you yesterday by another way also, by the way of GM by R cube into RCM. That way also we can get for the quarter ring. But you should know what is
center
our,
of mass for it.
but you should know what is the center of mass location for that. Then only you can do it.
Sin alpha by 2 by alpha by 2.
All right. So this is in gravitational field. Other than that, one good question comes to my mind. Let me discuss that one also. This is one question here.
Syllabus over Safaji.
Nearly, I will see if you find some questions which you are not able to do in some places, then I can discuss those questions also. But there is one other question which is in my mind. Let me take that one. It is based on Pathfinder in electrostatics also, but this can be asked in gravitation as well. So let me discuss in gravitation how to do. What shape are you seeing here? It is a
Cylinder, half cylinder, sir. Half cylinder.
Spherical prism.
Mini cylinder, that one is.
hemicylinder, but with covered base. Base is covered, rectangular base is covered.
Okay.
Hollow it is. So it has only, let me make diagram properly. This is only there, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So in this hemicylinder, what is the force exerted by the curved part on the base part? We want to find it. Gravitational force between the curved and the base part. If it is a long hemicylinder. This is one question which is in my mind, and there is one more which I can take after this is done. Long hollow hemicylinder. And all the questions I'm asking for field, but I can ask all these questions for force. For example, I can ask this thing: what is the force between this rod, this stick, and the mass here, capital M, small m?
Distance between
And
the center of.
I can keep the distances like this also. This is like, let's say, a lollipop, and this is stick of lollipop, and this is that. Okay, sweet on it. So we are applying the force between these two. Can we find it? This length is L and this radius is R. Mass is given as small m and capital M. How to find it? I know the formula for field due to the rod at the center. And I can assume, I think I don't know I mentioned or not, but we can assume the mass of the entire hollow solid an entire spherical shape. We can assume it to be concentrated at the center to calculate the field. So if I want to calculate the field due to capital M, that field will be same as the field due to
Point at the outside.
point here.
Yes, sir.
This
We are
is same force between this and this, and same force between this. Now, and one moreover, if I am able to know that this can be converted into this, and the force due to this and force due to this will be same, but their forces internally also will be equal to each other, equal and opposite in pair.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, I will do one thing. I will find field due to first mass in the location of second mass. That will be easier because I know now only I have derived it. Gm1 m2
Yes, sir.
GM
And
by
then,
G
R
M
by
upon
R1, R2.
R into R plus L. That will be field here due to small m. And that field multiplied by capital M. That field multiplied by capital M will be the force.
the force.
So
Okay.
this multiplied by capital M will be the force. See, getting answer. Okay.
Can we do in the
So
reverse,
all
sir?
we can do in reverse. We can find, if I want to do in reverse means what in reverse? What is the meaning of
It's
reverse?
making n concentrated at the center of mass of the rod and
This we can never do that. How really? How many times I warned you that this formula are valid? I warned several times that this is valid.
Yes, sir, only
Please don't make
spheres.
noise. Let me finish. I said only sphere. The field to the sphere only can be assumed to be coming from the center, not for any other case. Only for the sphere it is applicable. Only for the spherically symmetric bodies.
Sir,
sir. That's it in the beginning. Also.
difference, no, sir.
What?
In the numerator,
In the numerator, what?
R2 minus R1 by R1.
Again,
R2.
we will last GM will R1.
What R2 minus R1? That was lambda into R2 minus R1. That I converted into mass. Lambda is mass per length into the R2 minus R1 was the total length L.
Yes, sir.
That was lambda into L. That is converted into M here.
Yes, sir.
See, the formula was Gm upon R1 R2.
At last we got that
This
only.
is the formula. This is the formula. And you can see in this, you are saying that can we assume it to be concentrated at the center? How can you assume it to be concentrated at the center? You tell me. When the field appears to be coming from root R1 R2 whole square, it means I can assume the mass to be concentrated at the geometric mean of the two distances R1 and R2. I can take the geometric mean of these two, and there I can assume the mass of rod to be
Yes, sir.
concentrated. But we cannot keep on finding where it is concentrated, where it is concentrated. So we should not even waste time in that, because every time it will appear to be concentrated in a new location. To find field in different places, it will appear to be concentrated in a different location. So rather than wasting time in finding out that where we can assume it to be concentrated, we will just learn to derive it. Okay, and only one thing we will learn, that for the spherical bodies, it will be appearing.
It will be always at the center.
Center only. Do for this long hollow cylinder case. Do for that. After that, yes, one more thing is there. I think there are still cases pending. That is also from, this one is from Pathfinder, which I am taking above, and one is of cube. If I have a cube here, and that is also from Pathfinder, I think that is from a previous 200 puzzling problems in physics. That is from 200 puzzling problems in physics. If I have a cube, hollow cube, and in the hollow cube, I want to find out the force acting on one face due to the other 5 faces. What will be that face? Gravitational force acting on one face due to the other 5 faces. Okay.
Faces.
Acting on one face due to 5 other faces. Okay, first you do this one. First hollow hemicylinder. I think you cannot do it. Probably it will be difficult for you to do yourself. If I don't tell you, even if I give you enough time also, you may keep on thinking for many days together, but then also you may not be getting the answer. I will have to tell you myself only, it seems.
That much tough, sir, this one.
Huh?
Yes, thinking is that tough.
So many questions will be tough if I am not telling you in the beginning. Not only this.
We need to try now, sir.
You cannot try it. It is very tough.
Sir,
If you
again.
okay, if you
Then
want,
can you complete it
if you
before?
want, okay, that can be done then. Maybe if you want, but how can you do it? This stuff. Okay, if you want to do, fine. You try maybe.
Do first of
But
all.
okay, then you try. This is also very tough, and the question of cube is also very tough. Both of these are very tough questions. This is from 200 puzzling problems in physics. So 200 puzzling problems, you know, that is also very tough book. That is like some
Sir.
Pathfinder. Both of these
So
questions
when
are like
we-
Olympiad level questions.
We may get 200
These are both
days
are
to solve this one.
what?
This is that much of no sir. So we may get 200 days to solve this one.
As many? I could not hear.
Sai is saying that
He's saying.
it is so much stuff. It will take 200 days as well, like that for each one.
200 days.
Then to solve that 200
To
problems.
that book.
No, actually it depends. If you already know the basics, for example, if you start solving all the things which I'm telling in the class, and if you're understanding all those things properly, then it will time taken will start becoming less and less. And after some time, I expect, in fact, you to achieve that level, that by the time we will be doing the revision, at that time when we start doing the Pathfinder problems, then those problems still will appear to you little tough, but only as much tough as this time this normal class discussion is appearing to be tough. At that time, but it should not appear to be that tough that it is impossible for you. At that time, I think you still will be able to do nearly 50% of the questions. That is my expectation from you.
Sir,
Yes.
in the previous year, did anyone attend for Olympiad examination, sir, from our campus?
In previous year Olympiad examination from our campus, what are you saying? I could not understand.
IPO, sir.
Did anyone attend that exam? I'm asking, sir. Did anyone attend it?
Nobody attempted. I think they attempted KVPY. It seems some of them attempted KVPY, but nobody. this time, who is writing? Have you filled up the form of Olympiad or not?
No, sir. I don't know even about it. How to do it?
That is what happens every year. Nobody knows, so they don't even fill
Yes,
it up.
sir. That's why I'm asking you. Tell me anything about it.
I will see if it is when the dates will be there. I will see. I think in
And even how to get prepared for it, sir. That means any special classes.
How to prepare means whatever I am teaching it. I am teaching up to Olympiad level only. I am never teaching up to IIT level. The questions that I am taking, these are sufficient to go up to Olympiad level. But only one difference will.
Sir?
So your voice is not audible again.
Yes.
Yes, now it is audible.
So he was asking that how do we know that we are, but I don't know what was the question. I think Olympiad level something. Olympiad level means if you modify some question. If you modify some, I am giving you some questions. Not only those you should be 100% be able to do. Other than that, if some question you see which is modified from the questions which I have given, those also you should be able to do. Then you have achieved the Olympiad level. Otherwise not. For example, if I give you the, I took the question of the frustum, but I gave you the question now for the pyramid, truncated pyramid, the pyramid with a square base, which is a by a dimension, and the closest face is at a height h, and the farthest one opposite side is at a distance capital H. And at the vertex, we have to find out the field due to the truncated pyramid. So you should be able to do such questions also. If I modify it also a little bit, that also you should be able to do. If you have achieved that level, then it means you are already achieving the level of Olympiad. Then it is not anything difficult for you. Okay. Yes.
Sir,
Okay.
why didn't we find
Why didn't?
we find for cone?
Can you say 1 second, sir? What?
We have found for frustum, I think so. Did we or not?
Yes, sir. For
Yes,
first
sir,
time
we
I
That
have-
font, sir.
Same way we can find for this also.
For cone, why didn't we find, sir?
For cone, we did not find. You tried to find out. We will see what is the difficulty there. For cone, can we get? Let me check once. I think we can get for cone. There is no difficulty in that, I think so. Wait a second.
Sir, at the point, vertex, apex, how can we get?
Few
Sir?
sequence.
No, wait a second. For the cone, we can get y2 minus y1. We are getting no. Y1 will be 0. Then we can get for the cone also.
But at the vertex,
How at the vertex, sir?
Wait a second. Vertex will be y1 0. This is the formula which we got here. In this, you put y1 0. Then that is complete only. That is up to vertex only.
correct only, sir. We had found already cone now, sir. Again,
That is for the whole cone. G is
Then
omega
that
rho
time,
into y.
when we are deriving this, you said that it will not be defined at apex. Sir.
I thought, because the weight is not working for the triangle, I thought for this also there will be problem. But for this, I am surprised that there is no problem. This problem is only for the triangle. For the triangle, we are getting log of R2 by R1, no? For the triangle, when
Yes,
I try to do
sir.
that,
ln
we are
of
getting log of R2.
so we cannot. Yes, sir.
But for this case, we are not getting that log of L2 by L1, and then we are getting it directly. So there is no harm in getting answer for the cone up to the vertex. We can get up to vertex also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we can do for that. In fact, now see, the thing is this. If you want to see whether you can achieve the Olympiad level or not, you try to twist the questions yourself. Try to make your own questions. For example, you may be ending it here now. You may be thinking, okay, we can do for this cone, and all these are also, we can go for as many cases as you want. I thought we can take this case also. We can take one cone and not a cone, in fact. Okay, wait a second. Let me take another thing. Let us take a solid hemisphere, solid sphere, complete solid sphere, and then cut it by a cone. If you cut it with the help of a cone, then you will be getting some shape here. Due to that remaining portion, you bring this portion outside now. First you cut it, and then you bring it out, this colored portion, and then find out at its vertex. Can you find at its vertex also? We
Is
can
it
do
solid, sir, or hemis?
Solid it is.
For solid, okay, sir. You said
Not
it for all already, no, sir.
You try for solid ones. You try for the solid and try to get the answer.
Okay, sir,
I
okay,
gave you two
sir.
questions. I gave you this question for the truncated pyramid, and this other question. I think truncated pyramid is not required. When we can get for the whole pyramid, you can get. Try to get for the whole pyramid. No need for truncating it. Pyramid of a
I
square
think
base.
when integrating, we get that already.
Height h, a. But this will be, I think, tough for you to obtain because you don't know the
If
solid
we
angle
know
formed by
about,
that.
sir, if we know about square, we can know about and the solid angle, and we can.
Let me give you height as a by 2. Now you do it. Height is given as a by 2 and the base is given a by a, and find out at the vertex the field, and density is given as 0. Can you find it out? Try it once. I will discuss it tomorrow.
Yes, sir, we tried.
Okay, try it once. And for the solids, also try to find at the center. After you can find for the total solid, and you can find for the cone at the vertex, then you can find for the remaining portion, which
Sir,
is
we already found for solid frustum, no, sir.
yes.
Then we can do for this also.
That's why I'm telling you to do. Otherwise, I would not even give you to do. That's why I'm saying you can do it. What I am not expecting you to do is those two questions. Those are very tough. You cannot do if I don't tell you. Okay. Those are tough. Those will not be tough if I tell you afterwards. Those will be easy only. But without telling on your own, that will be tough thing. Okay, that will be tough. This is
So about Olympiad, what I seen is, sir.
Yes.
What you said, almost end of the chapter, they are all Olympiad questions only, no, sir.
Yes, right.
That means you say it as miscellaneous. I had seen some previous papers.
I will be mostly. I take Olympiad questions in the class only. Mostly.
Yes,
If
sir.
if sometimes time does not allow. For example, in rotational mechanics, this time was little less. They did not
So
take
you
that
didn't
much
take
time.
the difficult questions.
So some questions I left, and then I thought I will be taking those questions in revision program. But by the end of the year, if you do only what I'm telling in the class, that will be covering up to Olympiad level also. You don't have to do any other thing also. That is enough up to Olympiad level. Okay. For this also we can find out, let's see how, for the total minus for the cone, total minus the cone, that will be due to the remaining portion at the C. So what is due to the remaining portion at the C, we can find it out. This is solid air, by the way. This is not hollow, this is solid. Means you imagine that if I cut by a plane, if I cut the part of a sphere, then that portion is this one. And for that also we can find out the field at the center. But okay, this will be time taking and slightly complicated also. I recommend you to revise the everything which I have taken in the class. Just revise that much also first. Okay. After that, I will be taking some other questions tomorrow. Okay, then bye. Bye. I'm recommending you again and again. Rather than going for some other books, I'm recommending you this time, rather than going for some other books, try to do all these questions only, because these derivations you should be doing yourself. In other books, you will not be getting anything new. You should be able to derive yourself. You should be able to derive yourself. Okay. Okay, then fine.